What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, as well as another video. So in this video, we're going to do a installation, as well as I'll give you my honest opinion on these saddlebag filler strips that I picked up from my Harley. I bought these off of eBay. They were right around 72, 73 bucks, plus a little bit for shipping. And what these are meant to do is they're going to go in between the saddlebag on the back of the bike and the fender. This is going to basically take up the space that we have going on in there. So you'll no longer see the shock, you'll no longer see the belt or any of that good stuff. It is a filler, thus the name filler panel. That filler panel should give the back of the bike a whole lot more of a sleeker look and just make it look a little bit more sanitary, if you will. So first things first, we're going to need to get these things out of the box, see what kind of prep we're going to need to do to them in order to get them ready for paint, and then devise a plan on how we're going to get them installed on the bike. So let me get set up and we'll start unboxing these things. Alright, so let's get these things out of the box, but before I do that, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you start searching around for these things on eBay or on Amazon, you're going to see really quickly that there's a really wide array of price points that you could spend on these filler panels. I've seen them as cheap as $30, $40, and I've seen them as expensive as about $150. I think that all boils down to brand, as well as maybe the materials they're constructed out of, maybe the quality of the steel. So these are kind of in the middle of the road. These are like I said, 72, 73 bucks. They're going to be exactly perfect for what I'm trying to do on this. If you want to spend more, I mean, you can obviously spend more. I just not sure if there's really going to be that much of a difference between some of the lower end ones and the higher end ones. I will tell you, I did open this when I bought these. They've been sitting on the shelf for about a year now. Just now getting around to it. It's been a pretty busy year. Comes through with a nice stainless steel hardware package. And then we have our filler panels. I did open these up, like I said. I checked them for dents when I first got them, checked them for any kind of damage or whatever. They were fine. We take them out of the bag here. They come through in a black epoxy coating, which is a really nice thing considering that my bike is black. So that's going to make it a lot easier for me when it comes to paint time. If you have a bike that's white, you might have to use something like a primer or maybe a ground coat, something to dial that color in so you're not using as much paint. But in the case of what I got here, these are going to be absolutely perfect. The finish is nice and clean. It's really only going to need a quick scuff with a Scotch-Brite pad. So we'll go ahead and start getting that ready to go and lay some paint on these things so we can start installing. So let's get it done. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do, like I said, is abrade the surface of both of these pieces. I'm going to do them inside and out because there is going to be overspray going around the back side. I'm probably going to put a little bit of paint in here just to make sure that there's some coverage and that corrosion does not become an issue. So I'm going to take that red Scotch-Brite pad like I was talking about. I'm going to go in and hit these up. Once I get these done, we'll wipe them down, get them into the spray booth, and start putting paint on them. Okay, 2 coats of vivid black base, 2 coats of urethane clear, 1 little dust nib at the top there, but I think I can take care of that. Good even gloss, looks pretty decent. I even made sure I did the backsides really well, so corrosion should not be an issue down the road. All right, these need to bake for about a half hour. Once they're done, I'll cut them down here and we'll get them on the bike and see what they look like. All right, let's do this. All right, so we are back from paint. Like I said, they came out pretty good. I baked them and they're ready to pretty much go on the bike. I did a 1 little small piece of dirt in there that I'm going to take care of after the fact. All right, so time to get these things on the bike. First step is going to be removing the saddlebags because we have to access these bolts on the side here. There's 3 on each side that are going to secure those with an Allen head style stainless steel bolt. So we go ahead and get these saddlebags off and we'll start putting these things up to the bike and trying to get them fastened in place. Okay, let's take a look at the hardware. So it came with 8 bolts for this and 8 washers. Only going to need a total of 6. So there's 2 extras. I'm not exactly sure why they gave you the extras, maybe in case you mess some up. But extra hardware is always nice. Throw it in the drawer, you'll use it on something else down the road. These are going to just go right through here. There is no lock washer. They are come from the factory with a little bit of blue Loctite on them, so that'll be good. Hold them into place. Basically just got to get them up on the bike there, line them up, and start threading these bolts through. So I'm going to do that right now. We'll get these things on and see what they look like. Let's do this. Alright, well, I've run into my first issue. These bolts are incorrect. The bolts that were shipped with this are metric, and although Harley is starting to use some metric hardware on their bikes, I'm 100% certain that this is American. This is 5/16 by 18, and this is, after running it through the thread pitch gauge and everything, this is a metric bolt. The only other issue I'm running into too is even if this thing goes all the way in, the length of this bolt is a little longer than I'd like to see it. Even with the thick washer they give you, it's still going to bottom out and it's going to hit the back of this fender. So I'm going to run to the hardware store real quick and buy the correct bolts so I can go ahead and get this thing on. I might even change the style of the head. I might just go with a regular standard hex bolt head as opposed to this Allen head, and we'll go from there. All right, so let me go grab the correct hardware and we'll continue. All right, so I went to the hardware store, picked up some stainless, and looks like we are in business. Boy, that works a lot better. It's nice when you have the correct stuff to get the job done. All right, let's continue on here. We got one in place, tightened down, looks really nice. I really like the way it fits. It doesn't contact anything other than the actual side bracket, so nothing really touches. You have spacing in between things, so not a big deal. And the best part is these things they're right up close to the fender, but they're not actually touching. So even if, with the vibration of the bike, it should not wear any paint off. So, all right, one side down, one side to go. Let's get her done. Alright, just like the other side, this one's in place. It does sit away from it, so we don't have to worry about anything rubbing. Everything went together good once I got the correct bolts. And yeah, looks pretty decent. Alright, let's get the bags on here and see what that looks like all finished off. Alright, here is the finished product. All in all, I'd say I'm pretty happy with these things. Other than the bolt issue that we ran into, trying to get them to fit on there, quick trip to the hardware store rectified that situation. But just know that if you purchase these for your bike, you may run into that issue. I do know, like I said, Harley is starting to use some metric hardware. This being an 04, there's no metric on it, at least none that I know of. The only depressing part is, since I painted those pieces, my bags don't really match now as far as gloss level goes. So I'm going to have a date with a buffer here pretty soon in order to fix that problem. Alright, I will put a link in the description, so if you're looking to purchase these for your bike, you certainly can. And with that, that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys are enjoying this content, you're finding it helpful, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, as well as hit the bell for notifications so you know when more videos like this are going to be coming out. Alright, and with that, keep the shiny side up, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.